Hello, peoples. I am back from vacation, and we're gonna, I guess, pick up where we left off in Kerbal Space Program. As I remember, the last thing we were doing is designing a cruise shuttle to get our Kerbal Attachment System winch and attacher crew to Minmus. So I have taken the liberty of picking out a pod to start with. This, I believe, is the highest capacity pod we have. And yeah. So we will, of course, need... Now this could be a more general... It's not going to be specifically for getting them to that base. It's going to be a more general purpose one, so we'll stick on some stuff like docking ports and yeah, and of course the standard recovery procedure things, if I remember where they are. Yeah. So now I am, I guess, cheating a little bit and modeling this off of a thing I have made in a previous playthrough of KSP, but I think that's okay. Yeah, so in last stream I noticed that my I guess my noise gauge wasn't as sensitive as it probably should have been, so I was getting cut off a bit. Also, I guess I'm not enunciating things very clearly. I'm trying to get better at that. Yeah, so and first we will want the coupler on this. This one. Now, the shroud is quite long, so I'm actually going to disable it. Shunt. Well, put the thing underneath it on first, actually, and then shunt it up. Because otherwise we're going to run into parts clipping problems in it not attaching to the correct node. So I think under this there's a sort of service utility tank that Near Future Spacecraft adds. Where is it? I think we had it. Thank you, Fragilitas. I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm sorry, just got back from vacation, and the time zone desync is still hitting me pretty hard. Yeah, yeah, here it is. This one, the service tank. Yeah, then we shunt this up a bit. I'd say that looks about right. And then we use the wonderful DecouplerShroud to do that. And then we will need yeah, then we will want more fuel for it. I think, because yeah, this is gonna have to have a fair bit of delta V. What else? And then engine, of course. Now we probably go with a poodle. Actually, we're gonna get probably get more than enough thrust to weight ratio with a Terrier. But actually, let's compare the delta V's. 2.3 kilometers per second versus 2.5. Ooh. The fact that the poodle is heavier is causing a fair bit. Now, of course, we also have 250 versus 60, so our thrust to weight ratio is going to be a fair bit lower, and we probably do want the higher thrust to weight ratio, so we're going to go with this actually. Go with quad compact. What else? Then we of course need landing gear for this. I believe the LT2s are what we want. Looking at the clearance, we have we want these a little bit lower. Yeah. And then need a ladder. Actually, first once we've put all the probably want a bit more RCS fuel for this, because this has a fair bit, but we want more. This roughly doubles our propellant count. No. Actually, we want to put it in the... We run into a bit of an issue because... I mean, it's not an issue at all because things clip, but... I like things to not clip. We're gonna do this. And then go with the absolute positioning to get ourselves symmetrical. Okay. And now we use the power of throttle-controlled avionics in order to balance out all the thrusting. Because there's a bunch of there's some RCS thrusters here, and then we need to add some more though for actually being able to dock. Let's go with bi-directional ones. Because we have some level of reverse thrust and forward thrust, but we need... No, look. Ooh. I know what we need to do. I'm gonna do it like... this. And then rotate these all into play. Ooh. Okay, there you are. Now it's balanced. Nice. We're gonna sort of make a although actually no, we do need that because we're gonna swing these out of the way. So you see, this is my plan to get all the different thrusting directions we need. And then this roughly into place. Aha! Like so. So left right looks roughly good. We're measuring via according to the center of mass, dry center of mass. Okay, we should probably actually shunt all these up a little bit, because what was I gonna say? Because we want to sort of strike a balance between the center of mass and the dry center of mass, and how much torque and how much offset torque each one produces. Well, the RCS produces at each, because we expect this to be somewhat empty by the time we end up using it. We're not going to be running this full, but we're also not going to be running it entirely empty, and we want to keep decently balanced RCS throughout the whole I guess, well, we're both full and empty. Now we do probably want to shunt these out for coolness purposes. And then we're going to disable the outward thrust of these. So show actuation toggles we do not want. Port starboard on. Ooh, we need to split the symmetry to get that to work. That's not ideal. Well, let's just not cant them out. I'm lazy. Okay. This looks roughly balanced though. How about forward? Looks good. And reverse. Ooh, we probably want okay, we have 4 kilo. We have 9 kilonewtons. We probably want a bit more forward and reverse thrust. We can get that by sticking one of these on. Well, a few of these. I put these here. Then go bare. And then I'm gonna put reverse rockets where am I gonna put these? I'm gonna put them. Okay, if these are retracted, it looks like that. Okay, so I can't exactly put them there. However, I can use these to essentially reinforce, strengthen these thrusters. So put these here, rotate local absolute and pointed up. Hopefully, this is not working. Okay, it worked. Cool. And then just sort of bury them inside. I want them to come out of that hole though, so something like that. There we go. Now forward we have good thrust, reverse we have good thrust, sectors we have good thrust. Nice. Okay. And we have fairly decent delta V. With that, now we need a ladder. So I'm desync is time zone desync is absolutely killing me. Oh yeah, they're in utility. Yes, they are. So I need a ladder. And I'm going to use the wonderful power of absolutely wonderful power of putting the ladder, putting extending ladder going up. This is, of course, definitely blocking the RCS port, but we just kind of hand wave that. Then rotate this out very slightly. Okay, that should work. And now I think this mobility enhancer will stretch. No, it doesn't stretch far enough. Okay, that stretches far enough because we can have our Kerbal hop, and that'll work just fine. So quickly go ahead and put some stuff. Okay, here we go. Now we need a thingy to bridge between them, so just grab one of these, shunt it up enough. Like so, and then that should be good. So we can actually we'll actually test this. Yeah, okay. Save. Launch. And see if a Kerbal can walk down it. Well, climb. So, pop jib out. It works. Okay. So the ladder works, which is absolutely great. It would be nice if we could avoid that flip around. Perhaps we can fix that by slightly shunting this either up or down. Let's try down first. Okay. Do that. Nope. Still does it. Wonderful. This is not ideal. Also, we probably want higher spring strength. These. What if we put it up a fair bit? Try this. Let us try this. Need to get better at enunciating things. Okay. Pump about. It still does it. Okay. I give up. We'll just have it do that. Deep sigh of somewhat frustration. So I think that's pretty much. Oh yeah. Probably want to put some cargo stuff in here. This is a utility craft. Also batteries, because this does not have much electric charge at the moment. Also an antenna. So we want battery. Ooh. That's not exactly what we wanted. Now this thing's hitbox is weird. It's very weird. Okay. Anyway, let's just shunt these to place. There we go. And now, yeah, it is a utility. That, so we probably want some cargo storage, so which one is it? Cargo, yes, this one. We'll just stick some of these in. There we go. So, yeah, that looks about right now. I'm unsure what we should put in it at this moment. Also, we have the slight issue of it blocking off the ladder when it's open. I know we can fix that. We just rotate the service bay by 90 degrees. Which means picking this up and rotating, also actually putting it down there, so it's not that big of a deal actually. We only want the one though, so go to there. The letters are actually fairly forgiving anyway, with how they can be placed. Anyway, rotate this 90 degrees, rotate this 90 degrees, and now when you open it, you have access. Nice. Now, of course, we also want comms and solar panels and stuff, so I think this should be good enough. Let's go with this one. Now, we are firing an RCS thruster directly into it. Which is not ideal, but it can work. There we go. Ooh, we can fix that by putting it here. Perfect. And of course, when the landing gear retracts, we need to take that into account too. So we're actually going to put it there. Okay. And now we also need some power, so we'll just go with solar panels. And there, and then see about getting them at the correct height. Well, same height, okay. There we go. Now this should, I think this should be a functional craft for our purposes. Has nearly 2 kilometers per second of delta V, which is, if I look at my delta V map, where is it? Here it is. Look at my delta V map. Plenty enough for a bunch of hops around Minmus and landing on the moon, and etc. So let us give it the delta V for a Minmus landing, and see how big of a rocket we need to put it on in order to achieve that delta V. So we need 3,400 for to get to low current orbit, plus 930 to get to a intercept with Minmus, plus another 340 for the plane change. We're assuming that we mess up and don't actually manage to do the plane change on the launch. Plus 160 for circularization, for capture and circularization around Minmus, plus 180 for landing, plus another 180 for takeoff, plus 160 for getting back into a intercept with Kerbal. So we need around 5,400 meters per second of delta V. So let's pull all these landers in. Oh, also let's shunt this in a little bit. Anyway, also we probably want landing lights. Lighting, we have these. Ooh, we have these nav lights. We extend that, put everything down, see what we can get. Now, really I think the illuminators are best suited for what we're trying to do now. These ones, they are actually not all that heavy. Well, massy, because we care about mass, not weight, for most of our space stuff. Let's shunt these out a little bit, and rotate them back a little bit. There we go. And sure, we'll put a... No, that's gonna just get burned off, actually. Yeah, I think this is good. Then we just need to stick it in a fairing. 3-meter fairing should do just fine. So the coupler plus a 3.75 meter fairing. Just go straight up. Then try to do that. There we go. Perfect. Now, we are not going to have a launch escape system, because I can't be bothered. So we shunt this up a bit. Have I made that? Yes, I have. Okay, I have made that subassembly. So, take this. And what did we say we wanted? We wanted around 5,400 meters per second. What does simple this give us? Not enough, and also a big crazy thrust to weight ratio, which we can avoid by going with only 4 skippers. Still, we want some amount of we want some more fuel and engine and stuff. Have we unlocked the engine? That engine? Don't believe we have unlocked the 3.75 meter war engine thing, but you have poodles. You can do a fair amount with poodles. So, oh wait, another thing. We want a few of these laying around, because we want to be able to spin our. We don't want to be too unmaneuverable. So there. That should get us a bit better turning ability. And then I believe it's in coupling, yes it is. We go with, let's see, double poodles give us the thrust weight ratio we need. No. Does 3 poodles? To some extent. Let's go with 4 poodles then. And also spin this, so that we can move them in easy direction. Okay, and now we do this, that looks good, and we think medium was good length, yes. That gives us 5,600, which is a bit above the 5,400 we wanted. Very nice. Save this. And we have a fair thrust to weight ratio on all the stages. Very, very nice. And so now we just put on some really good launch clamps. And we are looking good. Very, very nice. Actually, oh, bad. No, that just looks bad. Okay. There. Then this a bit. So let's handle staging. Okay. No, bad. This is not what we want. Okay. Then this one. Yep. Okay. Then these we want here. So we fire our first engines and the launch clamps, then second stage engines, then the fairing off, then third stage or lander engine or slash lander engine, then pop that off, then parachutes. Ooh, very important thing I almost forgot. We need probably want a spotlight here. So I'm gonna handle that. Rotate. Point this up. Move it. Here. Very nice. But more importantly than that, have we actually turned these lights off? Yes. Okay. But more importantly than that, we need a probe core in the thing. So to handle that, we are going to turn on part clipping. And do that. Very nice. This should be all good. So now we need to decide on a crew. What options do we have for crew? We need to hire some people. FRC for the missions we want to do. Because we sort of want to send up nobodies on this mission, not the big four. So we want an engineer. So we want. Let's pick up a scientist. And this scientist, Nato and Tombo, and let's go with Shonster. There we go. And here is the crew. For our Moho base. And I don't think we need, and we don't need the pilot because we have the probe core. And a functional relay satellite system. Okay. Transfer as an engineer. Save. So, let us finally get on with it and actually stick that and actually get them to Minmus, to our base. So, throttle controlled avionics, enable that. Enable auto stage, do orbit. Let's get ourselves to to the, I guess, descending node of Minmus, which is right there. I'll put some satellites into orbit to sort of draw an X on where the ascending and descending node of Minmus's orbit are. So it's right here, and there's a descending node, so we need to go there and tell it 6 degrees. And 80 kilometers. And tell it to like stay at 40% throttle at minimum. Okay. Our crew's strapped in. Oh, almost forgot. We don't need parachutes. Where are we going? Although let's just keep them. We'll just leave them in the pod and let's go. Anyway, let's go. Let's pretend that didn't happen, and actually let's figure out why that happened. Why? Ooh, staging is missing. Staging is messed up. That's why. Didn't check my staging. I thought I checked it, but apparently I didn't. Crew's still good, okay. Launch. Let's try this again. Now, getting to Minmus should be pretty routine, but I haven't done this in a while, so we'll see how it goes. So we again time warp to underneath the descending node and right there. And TCA enable auto stage to orbit at the descending node 6 degrees at a 80-kilometer orbit. 40 and launch. There we go. Whoosh whoosh rocket noises. So here we go. More rocket noises. And we can just admire the very pretty I say this every time. You can admire the very pretty skipper plumes. I love them so much. They're very nice, and they turn blue as we go higher. Okay. And we're throttling down. We're essentially waiting for this. We're essentially waiting for this number to get to 80. More rocket noises. Much fainter though. Further rocket noises. Okay, we are actually aligned in the correct orbital plane, it seems. On. I think I'll just increase this so that we get into orbit faster. It's slightly less efficient, but we have the delta V, and I want to get this. I don't want to just be sitting here while it efficiently puffs its way into orbit. Okay. And there we go. Pretty much 80 kilometers. Good as we'll really get. Time warp till we hit the edge of the atmosphere. Get ready to pop the fairing as soon as we're about to perform the burn. Yeah. There we go. That's off. Can bring the antenna out. And solar panels. Very nice. Oh no, I forgot to bind. Are we in orbit? We're in a stable orbit. Okay. Up. Cancel. Abort. What did it want us to do? Okay. Anyway, I forgot to put these on action groups, so I will go do that. And also do that. Well, not those, but the ladders should have been on the landing gear action group. And sure, solar panels on Action Group 1. When we can do the same in orbit, because as of a few, I think a few updates ago, you can actually adjust action groups on the fly, which is wonderful and great. And so gear, yes, that, and toggle ladder and toggle ladder, and then this is just toggle panel, toggle panel. Nice. Okay, we save that, leave, go back to our go back to the craft. Fly that. And jeez. So I think we didn't mess up too much. Anyway, here. This thingy, toggle, 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 toggle. There. It works. Nice. So, to get to Minmus, we set Minmus as target. And we want to get a point roughly here, so it's like 10-20 degrees above below the horizon, below tangential, I'd say. Actually, no. First we correct our ascending and descending nodes. Now, we don't have much corrections to do because I was, well, Throttle Control Avionics was pretty good on putting this on the putting it on the orbit we want, but still we do want to perform the final bits of correction, which is 12 meters per second. Perfectly doable. Oh no, I forgot to put... Actually, no, I think I have one of those experiments on the HAB. Anyway, I should have brought an EVA experiment with us. Does science here now say there's anything to do? I don't think so. I mean, there's a few EVA reports to do. Might as well do them. Done. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom. Okay. And now that our ascending node is pretty much 0, now we go to where min-miss is around like 10-20 degrees below tangent to our orbit, and then we just burn outward till we get an encounter, and see if we can actually get a good encounter. Is this a good encounter? Sort of. Let us see if we can get a better encounter. This is a much better encounter. Let us do this. Execute node. You can see by how my eyelids are acting up that I'm quite tired. Okay. Burn is being performed. You can see Apoapsis is very slowly climbing. The final few meters per second is what gets it most of the way, actually. Yeah. Now, I do foresee us leaving a lot of those in somewhat eccentric Kerbal orbits. Might have to see about catching some of those later. Anyway, quick save. Shift X, Shift X. Up. Then, ooh, RCS, then burn backwards a little bit. We can do finer course corrections once we're closer in. Say here. Again, okay, this is still the most effective direction to burn. Okay, let's just go there. And do this burn. Da, boom, bum, bum, da, da, boom, bum, da, da, boom, da, da. Okay. Perfect. Then make some final adjustments with RCS. And then we just kind of warp to the SOI. Just, I guess, and then we have Minimus run along and catch us, essentially. Because we're going slower than it. Warp ahead a little bit more. There we go. We are captured. Well, we have Minimus flyby. We're in the sphere of influence. Let's circularize, and we can pick the landing spot. We want to get a safe, roughly 5 kilometer. Periapsis. Perfect. And now we execute this node. There we go. Capture burn. And perfect. And then periapsis. Finish the circularization. Like so. Come skimming pretty close. What's that? Ah. That's the ore scout. That's a different ore scout from our Minimus base. Well, the one next to our Minimus base. 4, 3, 2, 1. Circularize. Now, this trying to land now would end in us trying to land in the dark, which is not ideal. So we're just gonna kind of wait until day. Which shouldn't be too long. Okay. On the next go around, well, actually, okay, we don't have the landing autopilot next, so I'm just gonna do this. This usually works. Okay. Let's see what happens. I mean, I can sort of assume what will happen because we've done pretty much this exact thing several times before. Ooh, now this landing gear is going to cause some issues, I foresee, because although the landing gear on the base pieces is rigid and it doesn't hop very much when we disengage time warp, this landing gear will hop very much. So I think actually we're gonna drop them off, then leave this in orbit, so we can't have landing gear problems. Anyway, we're looking pretty good on this front. Let's just put our projected landing point closer. And I guess prepare for a suicide burn, actually. Let's go retrograde. Surface. Get ready. 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Kill rotation. Just point yourselves up. Stop. Vertical speed at 0. Stop ourselves. Turn on RCS. Let throttle control Avionics handle everything. Here we go. So go level. Get visual glitches. Shove ourselves off this way. Well, actually, spin ourselves around. Don't disable bearing control. There we go. Okay. Cruise. Want to land ourselves somewhere around here. Then to a stop. 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 Just kind of maneuver around this way. We definitely have the okay, now just land. So oh. Stop. Turn off RCS. Come down nice and gently. And contact. Quick save. Turn off stop. Kill rotation. Actually, turn off throttle control Avionics altogether. Quick save. What happens if we time warp Then untime warp. We launch up a bit. Okay. Can we fix that? Not really, but that's fine. We are on Minmus. So let us help everyone out. Well, actually, let us let everyone put their parachutes in the pod. EVA out. We don't need this. Sending over. Not have the. Well, actually, let's get a picture with everyone in front of the base. Ooh. Well, first let's set up the base. Actually, we need Oh, dang. I think we need 2 engineers to undo this, to open this up. I have just the thing to do. I have just the thing to do to solve this problem. Help everyone out. Stick that into orbit. And send up another crew shuttle with just an engineer. Oh, yes, by the way, we do need to transfer Todo into this. Yes, we did bring one of those an EVA science module. Very good. Very nice. Okay. Let's turn on the lights. Then get it's Shanster on. Light. Yeah, we need 2 engineers. Dang it. That's easy to solve, though. I mean, come on. Clonk. Clonk. Further clonk. Okay. Oh, hello. Hello, Retro. Yeah. As you probably saw from my tweet, I'm very tired. And such that I made a mistake, and I need to send up yet another crew shuttle, because it turns out this centrifuge requires 2 Kerbals, 2 engineers specifically, to unfold. However, I only brought 1 engineer, so I need to send up another one. For crew, transfer, stick them in there. Okay. Oop. Oh, we need to get one of our scientists. Transfer crew. Transfer. There. Now we can do a visual observation and transmit it. There we go. Anyway, so we're going to put this back up into orbit so that it's bouncing when we bring ourselves out of time warp does not cause it to smash itself into the ground when you redo time warp, because there's going to be a lot of going in and out of time warp when we handle the refinery. Anyway, we want to go to orbit. So that's just mostly involves save TCA enable, kill rotation, up, conk ourselves over this direction. We want to get ourselves roughly equatorial. Pull the gear in. And shoop. Ooh. That was way too much. Retrograde. Oh. Actually, let's establish the orbit here. Let's go for a 10-kilometer orbit. Yeah. Good enough. Executes that node, then break it back into a 10 by 10 kilometer orbit. We did not waste too much delta V, I think. Minmus's low gravity landing does not take very much. And we are burning 3, 2, 1, 0. Burn complete. Then we're going to retrograde ourselves by... Yeah, see, we only wasted like maybe 30 meters per second on that. Screw up where I burned for too long. Okay. Okay. One burn and 11 by 10. Perfect. So now we send up another one with another engineer, because I'm a dumb and I did not put enough engineers on. First, we need to, not there, we need to hire more engineers. Mobile. And I'll just grab another few. Oh, we can do another pilot. And another few scientists. Cool. So we shall send up more, well, one more Kerbal for this. I want to keep the crew within the capabilities of a single crew shuttle. So Noble, you get the capsule all to yourself. Staging looks good. Let's go. Loading, loading, further loading. All right. TCA, enable auto stage to orbit of 80 kilometers. Minimum throttle of like 50%. Where are we? Need to time warp a fair bit. It's going to be the descending node. Perfect. It's the descending node. We want an inclination of 6 degrees. And launch. Yes, collision alarm. Let's actually turn that off because we're going to be landing pretty close anyway. Pretty close to the other bits. SCS unbalanced engines. I know. I'm gonna look at my list of topics to talk about. I guess this is slightly oldish news, but I'm quite excited by Starship getting stacked. Hopefully when it does the first orbital test, it actually succeeds and manages to re-enter correctly and all that. Though, as Elon said in his interview with Everyday Astronaut, the mission is a success if it manages to not blow up the launch pad system. Yeah. Which, yeah, I guess if you think about it, when your goal is to learn something, you just don't want to blow up the most expensive part and difficult to make part of the system, which is the launch tower itself. Actually, interestingly, Elon calls it stage 0, I think. Which makes sense. Because it's, well, at least with the complexity of what's going on with the Starship launch system, launch tower, all that, it is actually like an integral part of how it achieves what it does, so it could be considered a stage pretty safely. We're nearly in orbit. Come on. When we are up, perhaps this is out of the atmosphere, getting towards 80 kilometers. Now we just need to shunt ourselves out of the atmosphere. And almost 69, 70. And now we perform the circularization burn. And oh, I forgot to ditch the fairing. Boom, ditch the fairing. It's actually more efficient to do that before you do your circularization, but it doesn't matter. Okay, pop these out. And, oh, no, come on. Why does it retract the antenna after? Anyway, now we set targets to be min-miss. Set as target. Look at our ascending node. 4 degrees. We need to fix that. So we burn. I believe this is anti-normal. We execute that. I'm trying to. Oh yeah, good luck with your driver's test. I had to take it 3 times before I managed to actually pass. And then okay, first time I failed because I was too timid at a left turn, and there was a car like an entire block away. And I was like, oh, do I have enough time to make the left turn with a car a block away? And so I waited for him to pass, and then the guy failed me. Next time, it's because I did a right turn on red while there was a protected left going, and I nearly hit someone. So I understand that. Then third time I passed, but they made me do so many weird left turns. It was... And then what happened the first time nearly happened because I'm like, there's cars coming. But anyway, I passed. It was a bit of an adventure, but I made it. I think around here is... I think a little bit after is where this. Oh, okay, that was too much. There we go. And now we get that open again. Drop that down a bit. Actually, and if we do... No. There we go. Good enough. That's good enough. And we execute that. Swing around to bear. Okay. Ooh. Have some EV airports we could do, but not going to do them because yeah. Resources looking good. Engines firing. Stuff happening. Yay. Let's see. Done. So let's warp to the SOI margin. Continue warping. On. Orbital velocity is very low. Out. Well, your general velocity, your velocity in general is very low when you're out this far trying to capture. Trying to transfer to Minmus. Means it takes a bit. I guess you could do a more direct trajectory and then just brake harder when you actually get there. Yeah. Anyway, let's warp to the node and do the thing. Where's Minmus? Where's Minmus? Spin around. Okay. Initiating burn. Ooh, I should have put a filling port on this so we could fill it from the base, but oh well. We can manually stick it on at the base for these ones, and then I'll go into the design and I'll go into VAB and stick a filling port on it later. 57, 53. R3 by 56. Good enough. Execute. Ooh, what are those? Oh. That's what they are. Interesting. 3, 2, 1. Capture. And where is the base? There is the base. We can add around here. Stick ourselves down. And a little bit more. Okay. Dun, 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 and executing burn. Okay, now let us get that landing point over to where we want it to be. Somewhere around there. Okay. Quick save. Watch suicide burn countdown. 3, 2. Okay. Swing ourselves up to base retrograde. 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11. Stretch the trajectory a little bit. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Burn. Follow retrogrades. Cancel. Set it to something like that. Level. Get ourselves. Oh no. Like 10 meters off the ground. Gear out. RCS on. Strafing on. Rotate ourselves. Let's go. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. And start to slow down. Okay. And here's good enough. Stop and drop ourselves down. And cut. Perfect. Now we put that there. EVA him. Hide that. There. Okay. Switch to this. Actually, switch to this. Let's get this inflated. Finally. And started spinning. Perfect. Now let's get everyone out. Okay. And then transfer crew, transfer here, transfer crew, transfer here, you pop out. Waddle over. Okay. And pop him out, pull her out, and get donked by the habitat ring. That was not ideal. Actually, grab this. There we go. And finally, you. Transfer you. Pop out Tombo. Here we go. Get the UI out of the way. There we go. Got some pictures. Hopefully the mouse cursor wasn't in too many of them. Nice. Keep that. Let's actually see. Was the mouse cursor in those? Don't quite remember how Screenshots tend to work. Let's see. It was not. Nice. I think we have our thumbnail picture. Very nice. Anyway, let's get them both back in, shove that up into orbit. Well, actually, get you back in. We also need to plug in the things. So you put that back, then transfer to here. You mobile stay out. You Seanster head back in. Well, actually, you Tombo head back in first. And Seanster head in. Well, actually, we need to transfer crew, put you here, and then Seanster, you can go in. And then transfer, boom. Now, you, mobile, you have the important task of plugging in everything. So, grab connector, attach, link mode. We want docked so that it automatically fills this up as we refine. Perfect. Now you can hop in. Perfect. Then if we go to here, we can fill it up later. Now, quick save, enable kill rotation, pop this up into the sky a little bit, swing ourselves over, and this time we keep an eye on the apoapsis height. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Perfect. And 11 by 10, good enough. Execute. Good. Nice. Okay. So, I think I will leave this off here. As I said before, I'm quite tired. I need to perform the standard memory cleanup functions and the etc. So, yeah, I'll sign off for now. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe on, well, follow on Twitch, subscribe on YouTube, that sort of thing. Yeah. And I'll try to think of what we can do next time. Have a good time zone relevant greeting here.